Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we are going to see about the topic of environment, ecology and ecosystem. First we are going to see about ecology. So ecology is nothing but a study of interaction of organism with the physical environment and with each other. Term first used by the Ernest Haeckel in 1869. So ecology is nothing but it was a study of interaction of organism with the physical environment. So physical environment is nothing but the environment that surrounds such an organism. Take for example some frog. So frog was living in a every area, but especially it was lived in a pond where there is a water. Okay, so ponds and lakes related to the ponds and lakes. So the physical environment that surrounds the frog is that water, lake water or pond water. Sorry, water, then rocks, then some plants. So this was a physical environment that surrounds such an organism, frog. Okay, it may be a water, it may be a rocks, it may be stones. So the interaction of a frog with this physical environment. So frog drinks water. Frogs lives under rocks. So this interaction and its study is known as ecology. So with these each other interaction with these each other is known as a study of ecology. Okay. So this term was first coined by Ernest Haeckel in 1869. So he was the first person. He was the first person who used this term. Next, we are going to see about a ecosystem. Ecosystem is nothing but a community of a life forms in concurrence with the non-living components interacting with each other. So here we just need to focus on what is meant by community. A community is nothing but a group of species. So group of species is known as a community. Species is nothing but an organisms or individuals who are having a same genetic habits. Okay, that is known as a species. Okay, take for example, human beings belongs to the species of Homo sapiens. So species is nothing but an individual having a same genetic character. Okay, so these group of species, okay, species is a group of several species. Okay, is known as a community. Okay, take for example, in a lake, not only a single species, but yeah, different species was living together, like snakes, frogs, fishes. So all these collectively known as a community. So community of a life forms in concurrence with the non-living things. So non-living things, we know that non-living things such as a stone, rock, sand, then water. So these are all non-living things. So these community of living forms, which is nothing but a group of species in concurrence with the non-living components, and its interaction is known as a interaction with each other is known as a ecosystem. Simply saying, ecology is a study, but ecosystem is a place. So ecosystem is a one particular place where a group of a species or community living together and its interaction with the non-living things. Okay. Next, this ecosystem term was coined by the Arthur Jansley in 1935. So environment. Next that we are going to see is a environment. Environment is nothing but a sum total of all the conditions and that influence that affects the development of the life of all the organisms on the earth. So environment is nothing but a sum total of all the conditions. So all the conditions that surrounds one particular species or one particular organism or a community is known as a environment. Take for example, we are living in a earth. So all the conditions that coincides with our living. Take for example, sunlight, then water, air, wind, food, then trees, the place where we are living, like land. So all these systems collectively that interacts with our life, and our interaction with these things are collectively known as a environment. So it is a sum of all the conditions. Okay, not only the non-living things that we have seen in the ecosystem, but a sum of all the conditions. Take for example, human beings are interacted with the animals also. Okay, human beings interacts with the non-living things also. Human being interacts with the trees, interacts with the plants. So we are interacting with a large number of living and non-living things, and the sum total of all these conditions is known as a environment. Okay, so this is the three basic definitions of ecology, ecosystem, and environment. So the important terms that we are going to see, basic important terms that we are going to see in this class is the articology. So articology is nothing but a study of relationship of an individual species with the environment. So it is a study of individual species, one particular species only. Okay, not a community, but an individual species with the environment. So interaction of one particular individual species with this environment is known as a articology. Then synecology. So it is a study of only the plant communities, one particular plant community in relation to the habitats of a given ecosystem. So one particular plant community and its relationship with the habitat. Habitat is nothing but a place. Habitat is nothing but a place where such an plant community lives in a particular ecosystem. So it is a study. It is a study of plant communities in relation to its surrounding habitat of a given ecosystem. Okay, take for example the plant that was present in a forest, or some you take for example a plant in your house. Take for example in your house you are growing some plants. So interaction of such a plant with its habit is known as a synecology. Okay, next one is that Gaia hypothesis. This is the one of the most important topic that we are going to see in a detail in upcoming classes. But I'm going to give a basic definition of this here. So Gaia hypothesis is nothing but a self-regulating interaction. So if you take in this world, all the living and non-living things are self-regulating itself. Okay, they are regulating automatically. So everything was, if you take some forest, okay, in a forest nobody is giving a water for a plant to grow. It was automatically regulating. The plant gets a water from a rain. Human beings are not going to pour a water in a forest. Okay, the plant absorbs the water, groundwater. The plant gets a water from a rain, from a river, lake. So it was automatically regulating. Okay, so in a complex ecosystem, forest is having a complex ecosystem. It has a different types of a species, different types of a communities, different animals, different plants, different insects. So it was a very complex system. Not only the single community is living in the forest, different communities are living in the forest. In such a complex place, all these things were self-regulating. No human beings are not going to regulate such a thing. It was automatically regulating by itself only. Okay, so that is what is known as a Gaia hypothesis. So this Gaia hypothesis term was first proposed by James Havelock in 1972. Okay, in a book Gaia as seen through the atmosphere. So these are the basic terms of a environment. Okay, environment. If you are going to study the environment subject, these are the basic topic you just need to study before going to start a environment subject. Okay, thank you.